Hey everybody, I'm Chase and I'm on Team Vibram. This is my third year on Vibram disc golf team and I'm super excited to be here, and I want to share with you what's in my bag. Want to show you guys what's going on from understable to overstable within each different disc class. So I'll start with the putters because that's what I like the most. I like to putt. This here is my Ridge. It's a pre-PDGA firm Ridge, old school firm that doesn't bend very often. This has been in my bag for about 5 years, and it's nice and understable, puddle topped. When I throw this off the tee, it's always going to give me that turnover finish, almost like someone would throw it and expect a summit to finish off. But whenever I putt with it, it's able to come back and be a little bit more overstable. So I love this disc as an approach and as a turnover putter. This disc here is my driving putter when I want to throw hard off the tee. It's the modern medium Ridge with the flight plate on back. When I crush this off the tee, it comes out a little bit and then just comes right back like a Ridge should. This here is my putting putter. It doesn't do anything but go right into the chains every time I throw it, the right way at least. So sometimes it doesn't make it like I want, but this is the only thing I ever use when I'm trying to go for the basket inside of 30 feet. When I'm outside of 30 feet making a longer putt, that's when I go for my more understable disc that's a Ridge to carry a little bit further. For my utility putter, I use the Vibram VP. I use medium rubber, and I like medium in Texas. It's a little bit gummy whenever I go to throw it. Sometimes in the middle of summer they get really floppy, but medium's what I always like. I'm in Houston, it's always humid. This style of rubber gives me the grip and durability that I'm looking for. As a VP, it's overstable, it's predictable. I use it on all my approach shots inside of 200 feet. Moving into the mid-range section, I carry an Ibex. This Ibex is also medium. It's been in my bag for about 6 or 7 years. It's a 167 medium, and it does a great turnover shot for me. I use it on all my Anheuser mid-range shots and whenever I want that finish that goes to the right as a right-hand backhand player. Next, this disc I've recently fallen in love with in this last 6 months or so. It's a 158 medium Ibex. I didn't ever think I would like a lighter weighted disc, but when I take this and throw it, it just goes forever. You know, I can use this one about 300 to 320 pretty consistently, and it does just a little turnover at the end. It doesn't ever really fade back hard like my heavier Ibexes do. Great disc. I never thought I would like the lighter weights, but it's definitely found a place in my bag. This one here is my workhorse. It's a current run with the flight plate on the back. Ibex, it's a 175. This shot, everything from 300 and in is what I pull. It's always straight, and then right at the end it's going to just fade to the left with a very predictable finish. And this Ibex is a little bit more overstable. It's the old-fashioned firm with the flight ratings on the back rather than the flight path. It's a little bit more overstable than my blue one, and it's really just a backup to my blue one. I don't use this one that often, but it's there in case this one ever gets lost for some reason. Moving into a little bit more overstable than that is my Obex. This one has been in the bag for a long time. It's also a medium. It's going to fade just a little bit more than my blue Ibex. So if I'm in a position where I need it to just finish a little bit off to the side, Obex comes into play. This is my very overstable Obex, and it is always going to finish left for me. It very rarely turns over. I don't really get an S curve out of it. It's straight, straight, and then left. And this Obex here, also medium, 175, is the backup to this one, just in case I ever lose this one in a round. So lots of Ibexes and Obexes in my bag. The Ibex is what I throw 7 times out of 10 when I'm on a tee box. If that basket is 320 feet or closer, Ibex is what I want to put into it. It goes straight for me. I can work it between trees, put it on a hyzer, put it on an Anheuser. Ibex is probably my #1 disc that I like to throw off of the tee. When the disc needs to go a little bit further though, that 320 to 350 range, that's when I start pulling out my Fairway Drivers. This here is a first run Vamp, but it's a 158 first run Vamp. It is very understable. I'm working it into my bag, trying to get that Anheuser finish, that long drawn out flip that comes up and turns to the right. I don't use this one a lot yet. It's working its way in. I'm trying to learn it a little bit more, but I'm looking forward to that shot where I can put it on a hyzer flip, let it tail off, and then finish to the right like I need it to. Get a longer shot that I can't pull out with my Ibex. The Valley though is my go-to fairway driver. I think of the Valley as a longer Ibex. So when I want that dead straight point and shoot Ibex shot, Ibex turns into a Valley when it becomes a fairway driver. So very tight S-curve for me when they're brand new. I rotate them out fairly quickly so these don't stay in my bag too long because I don't want them getting understable and turning flippy on me. So if I need that 320 to 350 shot, Valley is what it's going to become. When I need the more overstable finish, I have two notches in my bag. One is an Overstable 174 medium notch. One is an Overstable 157 medium notch. The only real difference between these two is how far I need the disc to go before it bites left. So this one's been in my bag a little bit longer. It's got a little bit of a turn, but I can't get this one as far as I can get this one just due to weight. This 157, I can throw it out there 340 and then it comes back. Whereas this one, it's barely pushing 320 whenever it goes and finishes off to the side. So those are my overstable when I'm trying to do my right hand, backhand overstable shots. Drivers are a lot of fun for a lot of people, but I try not to throw them. When I start pulling out drivers, I start getting crazy and I can't always guarantee where the disc is gonna go. So I try not to use these and I rely mostly on my Ibex and my fairway drivers when needed. When I need to start throwing the disc a whole lot further and get out around things like trees, throw big hyzers, big anhyzers, I don't mind pulling out these distance drivers. This lace here is a very understable 168 firm lace. It's been in my bag for a long time. This is the huge turnover lace that carries in my bag. Put these things on big anhyzers for over 350 feet. I like them a lot, they're a lot of fun. When I throw this flat on accident though, it turns and burns on me, becomes a roller and often fades out. So I only like to pull this disc out if I'm really trying to get an anhyzer shot, not for a distance turn and come back type of shot. This is a turnover potential roller disc for me, though I don't throw very many rollers. If it's a roller, it's on accident. This lace, on the other hand, is my distance lace disc. No matter what I seem to hit with this tree-wise, it always comes back stable. It doesn't ever become understable for me. So I can put it out flat. It gets the nice big S-curve and is able to finish stable for me. It also has sentimental value for me because the very first disc golf tournament that I ran, we did custom stamps from Vibram, and that's the stamp for this one. So I've had this one in my bag since 2013. The furthest flying disc in my bag is this Vibram O-Lace. It's a 168 medium O-Lace. It's been in my bag for 3 or 4 years. It is a hyzer flip, turnover, comeback disc and gets maximum distance for me. I can throw this one about 410 to 420, which is about as far as I can throw. But this is the disc if I have a tailwind behind me and I want a nice, good carrying disc that can glide and go forever. Beat up, flippy O-Lace, which sounds like an oxymoron because it's a flippy O-Lace, but it seems to work really well for me. Whereas if I'm going into a headwind and I need that same flippiness to come back, I'll use this medium O-Lace. And if there's no wind at all but I need guaranteed stability, I use this O-Lace. So I have different variations of my discs in different stabilities based off of how worn they are to get the different shot selection that I need. The last one that I carry and use is a very utilitarian disc or specialized disc for me because I rarely throw this. And this is a 171 firm Solace, and it's probably the most overstable disc I've ever thrown. It always comes back. It never glides right in its high-speed turn. It's always dumping left hard for me. It stays inside of 300 feet. If I need a great big spike hyzer, it comes in. I can't really push this one out for distance though. Where I play is mostly wooded courses, so I don't even really pull this one out very often unless I happen to be at a tournament where there's a lot of wind, and then I dabble with it, but I still even try to avoid this the best I can because I want to go throw my Ibexes and my Obexes when given a chance. Mostly play in the woods, mostly need these straight shots to carve out the lines. I reach for my Ibex. Thanks for watching this In the Bag video with us. I'm Hayden and I'm on Team Vibram.